So I would say, let's say this is a highway, and every highway has a milestone. So gold or silver awards, whatever, these awards are like one milestone for us.
Milestone.
These milestones will lead to certain destination. And
Right.
the first thing I used to tell me, you should never settle for the less.
Hello, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, where we dive deep into journeys of visionaries shaping industries, redefining leadership, and driving impactful change. I'm your host, Charu Mehra, and today we have someone truly extraordinary with us. She is a powerhouse in global banking, an expert in financial operations, and a strategic leader who has spearheaded major projects across companies like Citicorp, Credit Suisse, and Bank of America. With over 13 years of experience, she has navigated the complex worlds of treasury, risk management, and financial technology, ensuring regulatory compliance and operational excellence at the highest level. From leading multi-million dollar projects to mastering corporate governance and AI-driven financial innovation, she's not only just shaping the industry, she's future-proofing it. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome to the show the dynamic and inspiring Miss Pallavini A. Dora. Pallavini, welcome to the show. It's such an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much, Saru. That was a grand introduction about me. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
I'm so looking forward to having this discussion with you.
Thank you.
So, they say that a great career isn't just built on skills, it's shaped by experiences, challenges, and defining moments that push us forward. Looking at your journey, your path has been filled with impact and innovation. But when you look back, what do you think where it all began? Was there a particular moment that set you on this trajectory?
So, if I would say how it started, I was very much interested in science, but then
Okay.
the things changed like this, that I wanted to have my journey from a school.
Mm-hmm.
So that time I couldn't get a seat for the science, so I felt okay, the seats are filled. I need to move to the commerce section where I have to start
Mm-hmm.
with. But then I thought
Right.
after that period, I thought I would switch to a IT career, kind of do something
Mm-hmm.
MCA.
Mm-hmm.
Again, my father, who is the mentor, he was a very guiding spirit for me. He suggested me to start with ICWAI. So from
Okay.
there, my vision, my way of shaping career started. I started
Okay.
understanding this subject is not a small thing. It is a
Mm-hmm.
very huge, massive kind of going to give
Right.
me a kind of vision or a prospect kind of career, prospectus
Right.
career. So although I just completed till the stage one, but then I felt more curious to learn about it.
Right.
Then, when I completed my master's in finance and control, I
Mm-hmm.
felt that okay, it is not in a very big grad school, because that time I was having some financial challenge. So I was
Right.
more not looking into go to the big grad school, although there was an
Right.
opportunity. Then
Right.
yeah, with my all intention, hard work, I made my way to S&P Capital IQ. From
Wow.
there, I felt there is a way to understand more about the finance. We need
Mm-hmm.
to lead more to learn more on the career path.
Right.
So that is how I started exploring, seeing people in office sitting in a
Mm-hmm.
different positions, how they
Mm-hmm.
deliver their experience, their
Right.
guidance to the subordinates, colleagues.
Right. Right.
So I felt like I cannot stick to one kind of career. I need to move my role to more, a little higher,
Right.
to explore
Right.
more, and that would give me a different kind of experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So after that, it was my breakthrough, I would say, in a Bank of America.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long time there, but I was switching to different roles. From
Okay.
operations to I moved to management, like a
Oh,
business analyst kind of role,
right.
where I was
Right.
handling to the projects kind of
Right.
coming from different teams.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave me a very good kind of exposure about
Right.
the different processes, how
Mm-hmm.
regulatory coming in.
Right.
And that really drove me, like how I keep on moving to the different role, different kind
Right.
of so global banking is not for the one. So global
Mm-hmm.
banking is for the derivatives, it is for the core banking. There
Right.
are more kind of processes which I felt like you should be learning more,
Yeah,
which
right.
I told myself that this would be a good time to give yourself challenges. At the same
Right.
time, I would be able to learn more.
Learn.
So I never
Mm-hmm.
believed in what people used to tell me, that you are not coming from a big school, but
Okay.
yeah, that can be difficult for you to go through different higher processes. But I always told me that whatever it may be, I can do it.
I will
And
I will try and then do my best to achieve the goal.
true.
Right.
And I never looked back. And there I went through and keep on going, and still I'm thriving, I would say.
That's incredible, Pallavini. And it's very inspiring that how your career has evolved from early days of discovering your passion for finance to leading transformative projects in a global banking. And also your willingness to learn new things and that curious mind that you talked about. It actually shows what kind of a leader you are. So that's really nice.
Thank you.
Pallavini, navigating financial transformation is not just about numbers. It's about having foresight, adaptability, and making high-stake decisions that shape the industry. And you've been at the heart of some of the most complex regulatory projects, like the FDIC 360 regulatory initiatives to Brexit transition planning. Projects that don't just impact organization, but the entire financial ecosystem. With shifting global regulations and increasing compliance pressure, how do you approach, how do you manage these large scale transformations?
So I was working for one of the process
Hmm.
where I was more of interacting with clients
Okay,
directly. And
right.
I was explaining about the process, how we need
Hmm.
to be engaged with our bank to
Right.
be more on the regulatory side. We should be more
Hmm.
transparent.
Right.
So yeah, regulatory changes bring the challenges here, like the common people get affected. All the
Absolutely
banks
right.
try to get aligned with the requirements, but common
Hmm.
people are not that educated. Let's say they're at the age of 70, they have savings in their bank,
Absolutely.
but they do
Right.
not know what is their product going to be modified from the bank's end as per the
Right.
regulatory need.
Right.
Yeah. Then, seeing through the challenge, we kept on working on the projects. The projects used to be coming for the stringent timelines with us.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
timelines cannot be negotiated,
Right.
and we must be get aligned to the regulatory, and the regulatory work projects all used to give us a new kind of emotion, that how we need to be very much aligned and
Right.
keep our work transparent, and at the
Right.
same time we would do better on that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, like you asked for the FDIC and the Brexit. Yeah. So FDIC is something we decided not as from our end. It is more from the regulatory again.
Okay. Hmm.
Seeing that banks are falling apart in
Hmm.
crisis situation,
Right.
we
Right.
should be keeping it more safer side from the solvency point of view,
Right. Right.
where banks should not fall apart in any crisis situation, and on how they need to manage with their clients or customers,
Right.
all that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that was quite interesting, but at the same time, it was very much under pressure. We were going
Hmm.
through the stress test every time, that the company is managing to keep the liquidity on,
Right.
same time, how these projects are need to be addressed on time
Hmm.
with the regulatory team.
Right, 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 right. Right. So it's fascinating, Pallavini, and it's incredible to hear how you manage such high stakes transformation, especially when you're talking about regulations that are constantly evolving. It must have been challenging, and it's great to see that you've successfully managed those.
Yes, we need to be always aligned with the compliance.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. They say that excellence is about achieving results and also having a mindset, discipline and passion that drive those results consistently. And you won multiple gold and silver awards for outstanding performance, which speaks the volume about your dedication. But beyond the accolades, what truly fuels this level of excellence? Is there any personal value or work ethic that you have that might have shaped the way you approach to things?
So I would say, let's say this is a highway, and every highway has a milestone. So
Absolutely.
gold or silver awards, whatever, these awards are like one milestone for us.
Milestone. Hmm.
These milestones will lead to certain destination. And
Right.
the first thing I used to tell me, you should never settle for the less.
Wow. Right.
Yeah. The milestone will keep on make us motivating, moving. We should
Absolutely.
not stop there. We should be going
Absolutely.
forward. And once we move forward, we learn something, we have achieved something, then we need to
Right.
move to the next.
Next.
So this
Absolutely.
is something kept me fueling. Yeah. The first thing you said that it's all about curiosity.
Absolutely.
Curiosity never ends at one place. It keeps
Right.
on jumping from one
Right.
subject to
Right.
other.
Right.
And yeah, so my career, when I saw that I cannot be stagnant or
Right.
cannot be going on a linear path. I should be moving to one kind of
Broader.
role to the
Right.
other, where
Right.
I can be learning about more about different processes.
Absolutely. Hmm. Hmm.
And this is something excited me, um, kept me kicking that
Right.
this is how I should be moving forward. And yeah, at the same time, I've always kept in my view that I shouldn't be in one kind of layer or path. I should be moving
Right.
to the hierarchy
Right.
management. So while doing this hierarchy management, I always kept remembering what I learned from the past.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, I got the experience about how to be a leader
Right.
and how to be driving my team. So all
Right.
this kept me thinking that if I am working today at a higher position, and how I should be working from my end for my team.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
one time my leaders worked for
For you.
us
Right.
when we were
Right.
under them.
Right.
So
Right.
today,
Right.
when we are sitting in a leadership position, we should be knowing how to deliver work through team and how to address team concerns and make
Absolutely.
them feel at home, not as they
Home.
are just working.
Absolutely. That's a mark of a good leader, I would say, taking your team along with you as you progress. So yeah, I mean,
True.
it's inspiring, you've been, achieving excellence is one, but to do it consistently over the years speaks to a level of discipline and passion that's rare. And, you know, the way you say that you treated those awards as milestones that pushed you forward for your next goal, which has been incredible. In this ever evolving financial landscape, stability isn't just about numbers. It's about strategy, foresight, and making the right decisions at the right time. And you have an extensive hands on experience in treasury and liquidity management, and you've seen firsthand how these businesses navigate. So, we'd like to know what, according to you, are some of the best practices that companies can adapt to managing these risks and ensuring long term resilience.
See, for a company, I feel it is more important to work on their legacy systems, which was, I think they settled down around, I mean, they made it around 10
Right,
years
right,
back.
right.
So mostly there are more processes from the 10 years back, and currently they are more focusing on making more new systems and
Right.
decompose the old system.
Old one.
Yeah, but most importantly, that is not the enough, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The company needs to look into the every angle, uh,
Right.
where they
Right.
have to work on introducing more new technology, and
Right. Right.
to bring the efficiency, even if there is a legacy system, if that cannot be amendment because of
Right.
new kind of programming. The old
Mm-hmm.
systems have their Java kind of processes, I would say,
Right.
which
Right.
cannot be decoded easily, because these days engineers are coming with new kind of coding knowledge.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's a challenge for the company, I feel.
Right. Right.
This is the reason why they have to switch to new businesses,
You.
new kind of platforms to
Right.
engage more kind of business there. And that needs to be more like, let's say there are many team which has a kind of manual processes. They need to
Right.
make it to the automation.
Automated.
Automation, RPA kind of should be
Right.
introduced.
Right. Right.
Wherever it is necessary, they need to take a check on the risk factor of the company. Like
Mm-hmm.
these days, many cyber kind of frauds are
Attacks are happening.
happening.
Right.
So
Right.
for which they have to keep a security check on those processes. That
Right.
is,
Right.
these are some important points, I feel.
Points.
The
Mm-hmm.
most important is because every time regulatory keeps coming in to see where the
Right.
bank is standing today. The
Right.
most thing is happening, the stress test keeps on happening
Mm-hmm.
with the
Mm-hmm.
banks to see the liquidity position of the company. The risk
Okay.
management is accurately or at least perfectly somewhere maintained
Or
to
not. Right.
keep a check on the crisis.
Right.
So which is why these things needs to be taken care
Mm-hmm.
beforehand, not at the
Right.
time when a regulatory asks for. So
Right.
there should be a team who should be keep monitoring on the new kind of process exploration, so that the
Right.
old kind of process can be reduced.
Reduced. Right. Right. And you have a powerful perspective, Pallavini here, and it's not just about reacting to the market conditions, as you said. Not only when there is a requirement, you should be proactive in doing these things. So yeah, I mean it's about having the right strategies in place before the challenges arise, I guess. So looking at your journey so far, it's clear that you've never been one to stay within limits that we've discussed. Like you always wanted to learn more, adapt to different challenges, learn about new things. So when you look ahead, what's next for you? Are there any new ventures or leadership roles that you're excited to explore?
Yeah, so leadership is always on top of my mind, that
Right.
why I should be choosing a next hierarchy position. Or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when I give time to any org, I try to understand how that work functions there. And that
Right.
keeps me, give me a great learning about how to proceed to the next level. So my
Level.
goal
Mhm.
keeps on adding up. It is not
Absolutely.
just
Right.
professionally or personally I keep it for the org purpose, but on my side, I just think how to keep growing, how I need to move to the next step. It shouldn't be
Mhm.
on the vertical level. So here, the leadership is not to one thing. It is more
Right.
about how the ideas or visions we need to keep on.
Right.
So
Right.
my idea is more like having advancement in the technology. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say how we are giving the flexibility to customers
Absolutely.
in a
Right.
very
Right.
easy process, like fintech has come in.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say there are very much need of urgency of the
Right.
monetary funding to the people,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
do not have the immediate access to the bank to get
Okay.
the
Mm.
loan. So for the
Right.
micro kind of loan, or they can move to a new small platforms or
Right.
applications where they can
Right.
immediately have a quick loans.
Absolutely.
This
Right.
is one of my idea. The
Mm-hmm.
other one is like these days cryptocurrency and blockchain is in high on trend,
Right. Right.
and that needs to be on more stabilization from the point of view.
Right,
stabilization is
right,
required because there is no such regulatory in
right,
that. Yeah.
right,
So
right.
people are quite scared how to get on this digital currency,
Absolutely, yeah.
but
Right,
still
right.
there is a
True.
craze that these should be part of our kind of one kind of way of making money. It's a
Right.
kind of investment to make some
Mm-hmm.
money. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, crypto is like a future. The expectation of future is like today we have a UPI system.
Right,
Tomorrow it is more like crypto should be more on the exchange front.
right, right.
There are very limited kind of places where they are exchanging crypto for the
Crypto.
goods.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So blockchain is also one of the important part.
Mm-hmm.
When crypto comes in,
Right.
blockchain will be also part of it.
Also. Mm-hmm. Right,
So yeah,
right, right.
this is something I want to be exploring in my next goal. In this leadership role, I want to find. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really exciting to hear your thoughts, Pallavini, because you're not just focused on what's next for yourself, but you're also have plans and visions about what's next for the future in terms of shaping the future of finance, governance, and leadership. So yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. So, in today's rapidly evolving business landscape, Pallavini, corporate governance has become a foundation of trust, transparency, and long-term sustainability. With your experience in financial operations and risk management, how do you see the role of corporate governance shaping the future of businesses?
This is a very important aspect. Without this, a company cannot exist.
Right,
And yeah, governance is everywhere important. And because governance is important, transparency is also
right,
important.
right, right.
And yeah, coming from one of my experience, I was last year I was in Dubai, so I was attending one
Mm-hmm.
of my workshop that was related to AI leadership.
Okay, okay.
And in this leadership, I was listening to the very senior gentleman, and he was
Mm-hmm.
giving very much demonstrations on the different companies how they're adapting to the AI.
To AI.
And
Mm-hmm.
AI, with AI, it is coming with a responsibility that how governance is also coming in picture,
Right, right, right.
and that governance really needs transparency,
Mm-hmm.
same time addressing the concerns of the company, and
Right.
evolving with the new trend. They are thriving. The sustainability is most important that
Most
comes into
important.
picture,
Right,
because without that kind of thinking about the sustainability, company cannot survive for a long run.
right, right,
Then
right.
I was working one of the projects that was related to the green deposits, which is currently in today's world mostly known
Into.
as
Right,
ESG.
right,
And yeah, ESG is not only about creating an environment for the people to invest, but it is also giving a leverage to the environment sustainability for a
right.
better environment, for the climate
Mm-hmm.
change, how
Right,
to
right,
address the environment.
right,
That it is important today. See, investors do invest, uh, considering that their investment is rightly used, and at the same
right,
time, they are getting this achievement like the interest rates are quite good on that. So
right, right,
the technology will be giving them more from the investment point of view, and the
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
companies would be able to get an what I would say, they will be having the exposure
Right,
from the
right,
investors. They will be having the way of flowing liquidity into that.
right,
One way of creating the liquidity. The other way, when it comes to the governance, it is also important that these are kept transparent among the people, board
right,
people, because without transparency, ethical kind of running the business and keeping the sight on the security checks of the company, there
right.
is no way of having a great business, right? So
Absolutely.
management always needs this data, how company is working on these kind of
Right,
information.
right, right, right. So true. I mean, I totally agree that there should be transparency, and as you said. it's not only about policies, but it's about creating, accountability and a culture of accountability and ethical leadership, which will in turn, let us meet the organization level goals. So, Pallavini, you've recently joined Directors Institute. We'd like to know what motivated you to become a part of this institute, and what are you looking forward to most in this journey of learning and professional growth?
So ultimately, sometime we have to come to a place where we want to see ourselves. How do we want to be? What kind of person we want to be at the end?
Right,
And
right,
I keep on working on that, and being a more curious leader inside me, I cannot stop myself from being a part of these directors institute. And
right,
this course will be definitely giving me a different vision and
right,
aspect how people in the boardroom would be working, and
right.
the vision for a director, the kind of role a director should be playing, that
Yeah.
kind of curiosity I have to play more. This is what
Right.
I am looking forward.
Yeah, I mean, throughout this discussion we had, it has been clearly, it's apparent that you always want to keep learning and you want to keep you want to evolve as a leader. And joining the Directors Institute shows that dedication, and it's inspiring to see that you are actively investing in your expertise. And I hope that Directors Institute, the curriculum will help you in achieving those goals that you've set for yourself.
Thank you very much, Charu.
Thank you. So, with that, an incredible conversation has come to an end. Pallavini, your journey from leading global financial transformations to your insights on governance, risk management, and leadership has been truly inspiring. It is clear that your expertise doesn't just shape the financial strategies, but you also have views for the foundation of ethical and forward thinking leadership in the corporate world. To our audience, I hope today's conversation left you with valuable takeaways on resilience, governance, and the power of strategic decision making. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more insightful conversations with industry leaders. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries, keep learning, and keep leading with purpose. Thank you.